Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part 3 of our production vlog for the OIFF 72-hour filmmakers competition, or the 2015 OIFF 72, or however it is that you want to refer to it. It's about 12:15 in the afternoon on Friday the 13th. Feeling much improved, actually, compared to last night. Last night I was about 3 in the morning. Last time we updated, things were not feeling especially great. My throat was feeling really dry, really scratchy, really sore, and I thought I was really starting to come down with a second wave of something really nasty that was going to impact my voice in a very bad way. But so far things are working out really well. Not only excuse me, and of course as soon as I say that I have to start coughing. Excuse me. Getting back on topic. We have a full script. The script has been completed. We have everything in place. We are going to be trying to put in the elements as creatively as we can. I'm going to try and stay away from sort of the static and obvious. I'm going to try and go for the unobvious or inobvious or whatever form of non-obviousness that you want to adhere to or subscribe to or look forward to. I'm hoping people are looking forward to this anyway. The whole thing is going to clock in where we're actually going to be making this quite a bit longer than any other animation that we've put together, which is kind of cool. I like the fact that it's going to, be a little bit longer, be a little bit more involved, be a little bit, maybe more experimental. Well, definitely more experimental, because this is the first time we've ever done anything like this. The other stuff that I've done, of course, with the Grand Bastardo has been kind of more formulaic, or things that I've already had in mind, preconceived ideas, and I don't have to worry about squeezing other elements in. They just sort of all fall into place. But for this particular iteration, I'm very much looking forward to getting some voice work done today. In fact, today is going to be voice work day, with everything else to follow. Once all the voices are recorded, we can then go ahead with the animation, and then we can go ahead with things like the timing and the editing and the fades and what have, and kind of putting the polish on it. But things are looking really good. I was a little worried because last night got back from the whole launch party, picked up my wild cards, came home, had something to eat, kind of worked on it for a bit, kind of brainstormed a little bit, and wasn't coming up with anything. Had no concrete ideas. Any of the preconceived ideas that I had going into this were all thrown out the window. Nothing fit. None of the storyline ideas that I had in mind as possible launching points for a narrative, none of them panned out. Either the wild cards were just too out there and would have been very forced and shoehorned in, or would have involved complete rewrites anyway, or just weren't feasible whatsoever in terms of how things go with this. Would have been too long, too short, too whatever. Probably would have been boring and stupid as well, which is what I'm trying to avoid. So, very happy that, after a little bit of a snooze, which took me from, round about 10-ish till about 3 in the morning. Yes, when I did the 3 in the morning, I had actually just woken up from a nap. Got up at 3 a.m., kind of went through everything, took stock of everything, looked at what I had, looked at sets that I had, sets that were designed. I'm happy to say some of the sets, at least one of the sets is going to be used, which is just sort of a generic street set that I'd thrown together, or had thrown together. I'm going to have to see if that one's one of mine or one that I downloaded from someone else, so I can properly credit them if it was. But had a street set, had another look through things, and saw a story kind of slowly unfold itself in front of me. And once I started getting the ball rolling on that, everything else kind of followed reasonably quickly. So we're looking pretty good. So we're pretty much on time for us to get ready. We're going to head into Ottawa. We're going to meet up with a couple of people who are going to help me voice-wise to voice a couple of secondary characters. And then from there, we're going to come back here. We're going to, make sure that the family eats. And then we're going to be up late doing some recording of my own for my own voice parts. And then getting into the really fun stuff, which is putting those voices into characters that are then animated and moving around these wonderful 3D environments. So yeah, looking very much forward to it. For those of you wondering, this is not going to be a comedy. I'm aiming for drama. Maybe something a little dramatic. I'm hoping not too melodramatic. And the reason for that is I'm using a 3D animation setup that already looks a little cartoony. So the expectation is there for comedy. The expectation is there for silly and irreverent and just sort of wacky and off the wall. I want to subvert that expectation. I want to make something that people wouldn't necessarily expect. I want something that people are going to look at and go, I never really saw that coming. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting take on things. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap this one up so we can get ourselves ready to hit the road, which we will be doing shortly. Maybe we'll record a little bit of footage while we're on the road, or at least a little bit of footage once we're at our destination and doing some of the recording. So that way we have, a little behind the scenes videos of the actual production phases of everything. So, until next time.